Now, I'm going to tell y'all something, and y'all going to be hot with me, but y'all know I don't care. Y'all can kick and scratch in the comments until you blue in the face till your fingers fall off. Ain't nothing going to change. And I don't argue with people about stuff that I know. But let's get into how these boho braids is tearing y'all real hair out the frame. First and foremost, let's talk about the questionable install, because some of the girls start out with regular box braids and then they add the curly hair later with the crochet needle, which when you're sticking that needle through your braids, trying to put that hair in, you could be hooking onto your natural hair and ripping it out. Now, whether you had that technique or not, you're still going to have a problem, because how are you detangling the human hair that's in between the braids? You're probably brushing that out, right? And you know what's possibly happening when you're brushing across your hair that's braided in braids, right? You know what's happening. Breakage. Friction also plays a major part, because that hair is floating around in your hair all day, rubbing back and forth up against your hair that's braided up. And it's a strong possibility that that might break your hair. When you remove your box braids, your hair shouldn't look shabby when you take it out. Like, yeah, it might possibly be a little uneven from the growth, and your hair might have different growth speeds all around. So it might be a few little different lengths here and there, but your hair shouldn't look shabby or like you got a haircut while your hair was in the braids. When I see pictures or videos of the girls with the 8-up center, or like just the really, really badly broken hair, it's really sad to see, because it's a clear sign that the braids aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. You have to take your time with maintenance with this style. And when I say take your time, I mean finger detangle like you would do with your own natural hair. Pull the curls apart, wet it, and do what you have to do to it to bring it back to life. If you are not patient with styling your hair and taking care of your hair, this is just a bad style. It is high maintenance. And most people that opt for braids or just braid styles in general, they want minimal maintenance. And that's not what you're getting with that style at all. Is the style gorgeous? Yes. Can it also be dangerous? Potentially, yes. Now, it's always a huge debate about human hair versus synthetic hair, and how it may affect your hair as far as how it feels against your skin, how it lasts, and all of that. But with this hairstyle, the human hair and the synthetic hair, they're both a problem. And although the friction is more common with the synthetic texture, the human hair, if you have fine hair, can also cause you the same problem. Another thing is, if your braids are loosely stitched, like if the stitching of the braids are far apart, like it's not a close, tight, solid braid with the hair added, just as easy as you brush that hair that's loose out of those loose braids, you can brush your natural hair out of it as well. Now, back in the day, this type of style was more so achieved with a beehive braid in the back of your head with a sew-in. You had tracks in the back, micro braids around the perimeter of the beehive braid, and then you had the crown area and your edges braided. So the bulk of your hair was braided up, and it wasn't intertwined with the hair that you would detangle. So you didn't brush through the hair and yank on your hair, because none of your hair was intertwined with the braids. And the part that was either micro braided or box braided, you didn't have to comb through that part, because you would just wet it and put whatever product you use to make it wet and wavy, whether that be mousse or some type of gel or wrapping lotion. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but that was used a lot for braids back in the day. Now, you can come into agreement with what I'm saying, or you can go ahead and do the style and do it all wrong with the maintenance and experience what I'm talking about, or you could listen to this video and be saved. The choice is yours. But I know there's some girls out there that don't really care about their natural hair. They just care about their hair looking good and they want that style for the moment. So I don't knock nobody hustle or nobody idea of how they want their hair to be, look, feel, grow, none of that. But I'm just telling y'all the facts, putting them out there so y'all can't act like y'all never heard them before. Because the people that are selling you this stuff, they not going to go over none of this with you. Because are the girls even doing consultations for braids? I don't know. But when I used to do hair, especially because I had return clients, I knew which styles to tell them wasn't going to work for them and what would work for them. And we would work around that and come to a happy medium with the information that I told them, because I knew that their goal was to obtain length, and not just length, healthy length that doesn't have to be cut off after you take the braids out.